Hello all. In this video I'm going to discuss from the scratch of investment to wealth creation. In a nutshell, I'll try to explain you how to create wealth, do's and don't do's. I will discuss little bit on the basic financial instruments as well. So I'm sure that everyone wants to create wealth. People want to create wealth for good lifestyle, for better future, for their next generation as well. But often they don't find the right investment instrument to create wealth. I will start from the scratch of investment instruments. So the most common investment instruments are banking instruments like bank FD. Then obviously I will mention about say National Savings Certificate NSC. So this type of instruments bear fixed return, but their return is substantially low. Now the point of concern is inflation. Though these days inflation is under control, still interest rate is also significantly low these days. So considering a 7%, 7.5% of interest rate and around 4% of inflation, your net return doesn't become more than 4.5%. So do you find it good enough? Because the inflation which we are stating that 4%, 4%, 4.5%, it's actually not 4.5 for all the segments or all sort of areas. As far as education is concerned, you can't say that it's 4%, inflation is 4%. Education inflation is much higher, especially higher education. I know during 2008 one important and lucrative course given by IIM Calcutta used to be 8 lakhs. By 2016 it became 22 lakhs. So the way inflation is growing, that is as far as our regular consumption instrument commodities are concerned, it's 4%, 4.5%. It's good, it's well. But as far as some other segments like education, like marriage, like travel, these are not growing at 4% CAGR. So we need some alternative investments which can, where we can make a better return. But please bear in mind that this 7 to 7.5% of return, virtually it's risk free. Though like as long as the country government remains viable, government remains good, your investment instruments, this type of fixed return bearing investment instruments remain safe enough. So you can consider it, it's virtually risk free. But the problem lies when you look for some better return. So often people make a mistake, like they jump into some investment instrument, or in some false commitment they get trapped. They don't know what is the risk attachment over there. Please bear in mind that whenever there is any return, whenever any instrument is claiming a return more than this fixed bearing instruments return given by the government, which are virtually risk free, there are some risk attachment. Please bear it in mind. See, whenever you are investing in a debt fund, obviously some credit risks are involved over there in those instruments. It happened in North India and Eastern India. There was a big debacle, and big failure came due to those cheat funds. What is cheat fund? They basically, cheat fund is very popular and is an important part of the economy in South India. But the way this investment, like this cheat funds pitched in north and east, it was like pre-planned to cheat people. It was not CHIT, it was basically CHEAT. Anyway, the problem lies in the commitment. People blindly believed someone or some group or some company uh, who are committing some high return, but never thought of whatever some individual is claiming is how much authentic it is. The problem lies in the investment. Problem lies in the investment, someone who is committing. Problem lies in the credit risk, which people never thought of. There was a it happened like these companies failed to return back the investment, so there was a default. So no one no investors could revive their money when the company went default. So they those default was willful default. The problem is non-understanding of the people don't understand. People wants to make money, wants to make create wealth, but they don't understand what is the risk involved over there. That is the problem. So firstly you need to identify where you will be investing. Again, this for investment you have to have proper financial planning. Proper financial planning means you have to plan your future goal, like investment properly. You have to plan your investment properly based on your future goal. It's very important. What I mean to say, a person who is 55 years old and a person who is 30 years of old, they must have a different financial goal. A person who is 30 years of old has lots of burden. Another person of the same age who does not have any burden, again should have a different financial goal. So according to the financial goal, their investment allocation also should be. So what I mean to say, a person who is 55 years old, close to his retirement, obviously should have their his investment in such a way so that he can make out his money at 60 years of age when he will be retiring. So my point is, once the person when the person at 55 years of age will be investing, he should have and must have more allocation towards towards fixed return bearing instruments, and lesser allocation towards that risk attached instruments. Again, it depends and it differs from person to person based on their liability and that their background. A person who is well to do need not is running his own business at 55, which is growing like anything, earns in crores. For him, a financial goal of 60 years does not play at all. Again, a person who depends on his job and will be retiring at 60, for him this financial goal is material. So very important is financial planning. So in this regard I can help you out. Before making investment, obviously make a proper financial plan and accordingly allocate your investment. So everyone nowadays invests in PPF, EPFO, but the thing is, these are all fixed return bearing instrument, but their return is substantially low, and and these have a long those lock-in period. So I'm not saying that don't invest over there. I obviously say you should have some substantial investment over there, but the percentage of allocation to that sort of investment where return will be significantly low, and where those percentage the lock-in period is higher, there your allocation should be low if your age is somewhere around 30, 35, even below 40. uh, very important is the proper plan. Once again, next I will discuss on the or another instrument, I would say, okay, equity investment, where you can make money, you can create wealth, but again your entire investment should be properly allocated, and finally you should conclude like how much or what percentage of your entire investment goes to equity investment. So as far as equity investment is concerned, I will say I will show you one data in the slide, which is getting reflected, that since like in the year of 1999, the benchmark Sensex was introduced in the market at 100 rupees. By 2018, Sensex touched 36,200. So had you invested $100 in Sensex during 1999, it would have become 36,200 by 2018. So it's a huge jump. 39 years CAGR of Sensex is 16.3%. CAGR of Sensex is 16.3%. So hardly any instrument gives you return of that kind. It's and it's in a consistent way. So will you say, okay, is Sensex old? Is 36,200 Sensex is overvalued? No. Our economy is still growing, and like it's an emerging economy, and lots of potential ahead for economy, and Sensex, Nifty, all these are the benchmark of the economy, leading indicator of the economy. So being the benchmark index, Sensex and Nifty, like we can very well anticipate, rather confidently say that going forward lots of potential are there, and lots of price will move up further. So need to invest in a proper way, with proper research. And I would like to mention here that lots of like there are proliferations of research companies, so-called research companies in the market. People say, people give tips. Everyone wants to make money. They don't understand the risk attachment. They understand the authentication of the of this type of tips companies. They don't understand the risk attachment. You are based on certain psychology, you are investing in the market, putting some stop loss. Your stop loss is triggered, you are losing money, and it happens again and again. Broking firm often ask people to invest with them. In many PMS services are also doing the same thing. They are investing, they are taking people's investment, investing here and there, and their source of revenue is brokerage. So the more you will churn, the more they will make you churn, they will make money. As simple as that. So without having proper research, don't invest in the market. You can create wealth, but simultaneously you have to bear in mind that wrong investment can be harmful for your future, for your career. You can visit my website www.aladdin.in. What I do, I provide equity research services based on valuation. It's like the level of research what I provide. It's not only recommendation. The recommendation, all of my recommendation are followed by proper research. I'm a SEBI registered investment advisor, and to know more, you may WhatsApp me at 6289197372. And once again, I would like to mention, it's not only about equity investment, but all about financial planning. Do your planning. You may consult with me. I may help you out to to have a proper allocation, and then you decide how much you should allocate in equity research. And as far as equity research is concerned, I can help you out with my best research. I have outstanding track record, and you can have a check in my website. For further details, WhatsApp me at 6289197372. Thank you so much.